Welcome back to another episode. Look what just found. Today is episode 82. We're going to look at some more of the donated pennies. Yesterday was the first day I didn't make a video. That's not true. I did make a video, but the first day I didn't do a coin video in since before Christmas. So it's not 3 months. It's not quite 3 months yet, but I mean, it could be 3 months. It's not 3 months yet since Christmas, but it's 3 months. So, I'm happy to be doing it again, right? I take a day off, and so that's pretty cool. My cousin donated 13.5 pounds to the channel, and we found some good stuff. We found an Indian headset. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe we found that Indian headset. That was so cool. And we're gonna look at some more today. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very happy on how the direction the channel is taking, and I wanted to share that. I want to thank everybody. That's all. I'm not even gonna go further. I might start crying or something. Okay, let's get these coins on the table. So I think I went into the bag a little bit, and I know this bag is gonna break. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't know that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there's a little hole starting. You see the little hole? So let's. I'm over here. I'm staring at it like if I don't know what to do for holes in plastic. You know what I mean? Come on, Jess. Yeah. Oh my God. The glove just stuck to the tape. That was hilarious. All right. Hey, I'm gonna put it on the other side too. Why is it so? Oh, I was gonna say, why does it seem stuck for? I put it to the. Oh, I taped it to the table. Okay. And again, look, I did it again. Look. I got my coffee, so there's no excuses. Okay, I should put one on the bottom part. Yeah. And then we'll do it. Now we have like all the different. Oops. There we go. It's starting already. I want to use this bag to the end. I think it's cool. I want to use this bag right to the end of the last penny. I don't want to change the bag. Okay. I think that's enough. Maybe a little bit more. Oh wow, there's a special penny in there. There's a nickel in there. It looks like a penny. He didn't even realize it. Oh wow. All right, we'll start with that. That's a really interesting looking nickel. Is this enough? But what's really cool about using the bag is that, if I want to do extra, I could just put extra on. You know what I mean? Instead of really putting a mountain of pennies, I could put what I think is correct. Yeah. Because what I try to do is get as close to 3 rolls as possible. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I see a wheat cent. So what I do is I cheat a little bit. I mean, I have eyes, so I'm really not cheating. You know what I mean? I think that'll be good for today. So if I see something interesting, and I'm glad it's on his back. I really can't. All right, so I saw it interesting when I put that to the end. I'll tell you what, I'll put the nickel to the end too. I saw the nickel in there. We'll put those 2 for the end. Let's see. Just eyeballing it. Is there anything else that's like really stands out? I like having the good stuff at the end. It gives me something to look forward to also. All right, so that's it. We found, and if I do see it in the cat hair. My God, this guy and his animals. You know, he loves his animals. God bless him. But I'm kind of like, even when I had my buddy George, who passed away many years ago, who I miss. I can't even tell you how much I miss him. Get emotional just thinking about him. I couldn't, and I did sleep with him. That's not true. I was about to say I couldn't sleep with him. I did sleep with him, but it would, I'd wake up and my eyes would be all red and stuff like that. Um, all right. Without further ado, I keep getting off topic. All right. We'll do the same thing like we did last time, which I think worked pretty well. Oh, I got the pillow. I felt it instantly. I have to put it there. I'm sorry. I had to I put a pillow in the bottom of the chair. Oh wow, and it really gives me some great back support. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I have to lean forward, right, to look at the. Let me have a sip of coffee and water while we took a break. Um. hmm. Open up the penny, weirdo penny thing. Okay. Okay, I got the scale out. All right. Yeah, so I have to lean forward, right, to look at the screen. But some cat hair, right? Yep. Guy. So I'm straining myself, right, to sit forward. Um, I'm straining myself to sit forward because I don't know, because of my height. I don't know, because that's just the way it is, you know. Wow, imagine that was a V. Look at that. Look at that damage. Looks like a huge V. You see that? How cool is it? It's cool looking though. I'll still look at it. I can't see it that well. It's just of course, it's just a line. Wow. You know, I'm gonna weigh this for some reason. I know I'm wrong. I don't know I'm wrong. I'm just assuming I'm wrong. Yeah, it's actually 247. Dent, edge dent, coin dent. I used to wonder if those were if it was mint damage or not, because I saw so many of them. And while I was reading one of these educational websites, it said it coined it coined the term as, I think it was dense, definitely dense. I don't know if it was called mint dense or rim dent. I forgot what it was called, but it was definitely called a dent. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. As far as like, you know, the terminology that is used, it's called a dent. Now, if this was a small date, we would have just hit the jackpot. Now, for some reason, this is the one thing I have to say about the 82 Ds. coppers. If you're watching my videos, you'll know about the one that I found, that the 2 has a very, it looks like it's a large date over a small date, but for some reason the 2s and the Ds on the 82 coppers come with a lot of doubling, and I'm going to show. I mean, right through the camera, to me, through the camera, that D looks doubled, and even on the edge of the 2, I don't know if you can see it there. I'm gonna look at it under the loop just to confirm or deny that. And I'm gonna call that a false positive. But through the camera, it did look at a certain distance. Maybe it's because the D is so high that it looked kind of doublish. Like right there, it looks doublish on the upper left. And look how thin the date is. Almost like it wants to be a small date, but it's not. The 2 is and the 8 is wrong. So, but it's still a cool find. The 82D large date still worth like $1 or something like that. Yeah, the ones that you don't find much, the ones you find most often is the 82 large date Philadelphia. That's the one I have like 100 of. Not 100, I probably have about 30 of them or 40 of them. So that's the one you find most often. In really nice condition, maybe it's worth $1, but a lot of pennies are worth $1 in really nice condition, though. The 82, I mean, that's not true. The pennies that are worth a lot are worth $1, really like almost are like proofs and stuff like that. They're worth like $1. But the 82 in like AU low mint state is worth like $1 too. The 82 Philadelphia large date, I'm saying. But the small date I don't find too often. I could have weighed that 82, I'm thinking about it now. Like that is the only, it said 3.1 on the nose. I was like, that's the only copper we found so far. I should at least give it a little respect. I deserve respect. Give me respect. And there's a diamond here too. I'm going to put that to the end. I see it. Let's see. I think this is copper. What do you think? Oh, no. And it is copper. 1980. Our first copper. All right, here's a dime. We found a dime. I'm going to put it over here. So we have some weird stuff for the end. So it's funny because I know he wears glasses. My cousin wears glasses, diabetic also. And so those are two coins that are kind of dark. So I'm positive he got them confused with pennies. So these are some of the talk about getting tongue tied, huh? These are some of the reasons. I see that with the L over there. I'll look at it. I doubt it's doubled, but it looks like there's some shadowing or something there. It's just a line. It's just a line. So this is one of the many, many reasons why. So if you're new, or if you've never coin roll hunted, I'm gonna do. This isn't the video. Maybe I should make a note of this. Well, You know what? I'll just keep talking about it, and I guess this will be for maybe that'll be a good working title. Maybe all right, because we have a long way to go. We really just started the video, so maybe that's what I'll do. Every video. So beginners. I'm definitely not a beginner anymore. That's for sure. And we're at. Because I could also take this part out and make a separate video from it. So we're at about. I'll put about 16 minutes. So maybe I'll do a double, and I'll cut this one out, and I'll make this for like an additional video. But if you're watching it already, then you don't have to watch the other one. But if you're a beginner, maybe you want to save the other video um, as a educational piece. So for someone who has not coin roll hunted or just started coin roll hunting, right? And when I say just started, I mean you could have just started. Ooh, so this is I'm gonna talk about this topic until I spoke about it ad nauseum. This is how you check for a rotated die. So when you flip American coins, when you flip them, they stay right side up. Foreign coins, when you flip them like this, they rotate to they're upside down. But American coins are not. We have that technology, and I guess other countries do not have that technology. It must be really advanced or something. In other countries, to see they're both the same way. So ours, when we go like this, it's backwards. It's upside down. But foreign coins, when you go like this, they're both the same way. But for the penny, you see the line that's going across right there with Liberty and the date? That's what you use for your axis. And then when you turn, if the Lincoln Memorial is like this, then you know you have a really significant rotated die, very simply. But if it's like this, then it's not. So sometimes when I do the flip, I flip it and it comes out like that, but it's accidental. And so I have to just check. That's just so you know how to check for a rotated die. That's another good little short video to make. But I showed you. So if you're new, right, and for those of you who are not new, then maybe you will agree. Look how prominent that rim is. I bet you this was hit twice. Stamped, punched. So if you're new, right? The question is how many, how are you starting, right? Oh, an 82. This is a Philadelphia. I think this is a zinc. Yeah, 2.51. That's a zinc. So we found the copper, we found the zinc. Zincs, you don't find too many 82s either. Most of them, like I said, are 1982 Philadelphia large day coppers. Those are the most common. So if you're new, now what does that mean new, right? Because let's say you started coin roll hunting 10 years ago and you do every month, you do one roll. That means you do 12 rolls a year. And in the past 10 years, let's say you started 10 years ago. In the past 10 years, you've done 120 rolls. That's pretty good. But there's something about doing about something about a learning experience being more intensive, right? Not that you need it, but like for me, I've been doing these basically every day for months, right? So there's something. It's like working out, right? If you work out once a month, yeah, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? It's better than 0 times a month. But if you're working out every day, I mean, you just can't. It's not. Put it like this: the person who works out once a month versus the person who works out once a day, you can't. It'll be like the other person doesn't even. That's nice. This is probably like a. It's not. It's almost proof like. This is definitely proof like. I could tell you that right now. Even this is one of the most cleanest fields I've also ever seen in a penny. Both sides. Yeah, this is definitely proof like. I'll hold that just to make a short out of. Yeah, and it'll be like the other. You couldn't even compare the two. One person you'll see results within months, and the other person you might never see results at all. You know. So the same thing goes with this. Um, you're doing it as a hobby, basically. Same thing with the person who works out. They go to the gym once a month. It's basically a hobby for them. You know, they're not taking it. They're not taking it that serious, which is fine. That's the definition of a hobby, literally. So this discussion will be a little bit more significant for you because you're not going to learn what I've learned over the past several months. You see the line from the hub going around the "In God We Trust." It didn't create any doubling though. From this distance, I'm saying you can see it in the back also. It's pretty cool. I don't think it adds any value. I can see that going through the T there. I'm gonna look at it. I don't know if that's a no, it's just dirt. So if you're new to coin roll hunting, pocket change searching, I would recommend to search through coins the way I do it. So watch my videos, right? So that's a nice little plug for my videos. Go into my playlist, click videos, go to oldest, and you'll see my progression from my oldest video to today, and you'll see like I didn't even understand what half these errors I was looking at or coin features that I was looking at. So that's number one, right? So through consistent coin roll hunting, this looks like a cop penny. Through consistent coin roll hunting, number one, you will learn coin feature and coin error terminology, right? So that's number one. So that's very helpful in um, in in discussion, right? When you're talking to someone else, when you're trying to describe something, those little additional um, vocabulary will help you grab the copper. I saw it there on the top. I said, let me grab it. The expansion of your vocabulary within the hobby will help you to better discuss and describe what it is you're looking at, right? Okay, so that's number one. The more you do it and the more research you do and the more videos you watch, your vocabulary regarding um, coins and in our case pennies, right? That's my specialty. That's what I focus on is pennies. More specifically, US pennies. And then, so why should you care about that if it's only a hobby? I'm going to tell you right now, and I have a very good example to give you. A lot of people out there don't know what they're talking about. Point blank and simple. Okay. And if you are not, not if you're not, the better equipped you are to um, not fight them off necessarily. Sometimes you might have to fight them off, figuratively speaking. But the better equipped you are to interact with others. That's another beauty. It's another. It looks like it could be close to definitely mint state pennies. That's for sure. Those are definitely mint state. Like I said, I put them on the side just to do a. I'll do a short on them later. I'll look at that in the bottom. I know it's not a V, but it looks like a V. It's just a line. The better equipped you will be to, understand what they're saying. Let's put it like that. So I'm going to give you a very good example. If you look at the comments, and I will leave people's comments up, even if they say things that are inaccurate. As long as they're being respectful, you know what I mean? And they're not, I will leave the comments up. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at this. What a beauty. An absolute beauty. Well, I mean, the shininess on this, I don't know if this was a proof or not. It's so shiny off camera. I think this is a special strike. Could be I think this is a polished planchet. That's what I think that is. I mean, you're talking about 1968 and it still looks brand new. It's older than I am. That's old. Just kidding. Just kidding for you guys in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s. An almost spring chicken. If you're 104, I know I'm only half your age. Okay? So don't get all twisted. But I'm gonna assume a lot of people are younger than I am. Especially in this topic that we're talking about. So in yesterday's video, if you look in the comments, someone left a comment saying, don't call, we're doing coin roll hunts with pennies, right? The penny rolls. And the person, this is another one. Wowzers. I'm putting those together. I'm going to do a little short on those, although they look like they're definitely mint state pennies. And the person said, you know what? I don't want to misquote. I'm not going to misquote. I'm not going to misquote, the person said. Let me go to comments. And I usually don't do this. But just for the... Okay. So he made a comment on... I could show it to you. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Why not? I know you want to see it. All right, regarding this video here. It isn't a penny. USA doesn't have pennies. It is a cent. My response is, pennies are a part of the US currency. It costs more than 1 cent to make a penny. So, for some reason, oh, look at that, another 82. Where's that at? You see how on the 2 it's and same thing, the same exact. This is the same, almost like the same exact penny from before. For some reason, that one could be a D over D. And the 2 looks like it's also... See, the 2s and the Ds are a little bit wild in these, but I can't believe we found 2 82 Ds, coppers, large dates. So, I could have believed what the person said. Oh wow, man! For all these months, I've been calling them pennies, and they're not pennies; they're really cents. Oh man, I better change everything I'm doing and apologize to everybody for calling these coins pennies when they're really cents. But he's wrong. They are pennies. And a cent is what they're worth, right? So I'm going to give you a very good example. You see this penny? This penny? A copper penny is worth 2.58 cents. So this person has this confused. They don't know what they're talking about. And that person is trying to tell me, someone who knows the difference between a penny and a cent. These are pennies. And a zinc penny is worth less than 1 cent of I don't know if the word is current. And if I don't know, I say I don't know. But there's a difference between the currency and the value and the dollar and the monetary, blah, 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 blah. But the point is, I know that these are called pennies. And nobody's going to come and tell me that there's no such thing as a USA penny, right? Because I know enough, because I've been doing this long enough, right? So one of the good things that happens from doing coin roll hunts on a regular basis is that you will learn, I said terminology, right? I see that there. I'm going to look at that in a second. You will learn terminology. You will learn different errors. I don't know what that is. It's probably just damage. It could be a strike through, but I can't tell. But you will also learn facts. And you will learn how to do research very quickly on coin related information. You might start bookmarking, which I would definitely recommend. Bookmarking, another one. Bookmarking. Let me see. Is it as nice as the other ones? Not really. Those other ones are really proof-like. Bookmarking the pages. Look at that beautiful tone, huh? Purplish. Of the websites that have, the information that's relevant to what you're doing, And through that process, so now we've established that coin roll hunting can help you to learn about coins. Okay. So is just looking at pennies like I'm doing, is that just doing this continuously over and over again, looking at a penny and flipping it over, is that act going to help you learn something? Well, in itself, what it will help you do is how to handle a penny, right? Can you do this? How quick can you flip a penny? So it'll help you to manipulate the coin, right? Hold it, manipulate it, getting practice with putting gloves on if you're going to use gloves. Where to put the camera. Yucko. Throw that one out. Where to put the camera, right? So there's certain basic rituals and mechanics that yes, just going through this will help you learn, not necessarily about the coin itself or the errors or the terminology, but how to deal with coins, right? So the whole process of flipping coins and looking at them and having your eyes begin to adjust, and how to hold the coin so the lighting hits it a certain way. how much lighting you need to examine pennies or coins or whatever you're doing, right? So that whole part is, I mean, that's like, coin 101. Okay. So you have your phone. You don't have to use it. You don't have to be, you don't have to use a phone, right? Coin roll hunting is not about necessarily making a video. It's about, so what's the point of the coin roll hunting? Now that's part two. So now we've discussed the what you can gain from coin roll hunting, right? So this is 98. We're looking for a wide AM. It's not there, amongst other errors, not present. All right. So you have your coins. You go to the bank. You get your coin rolls, or whoever you get your change from, and you have your subject matter. Now you decide, okay, I'm gonna look through these coins for what? Now, what are you looking for? What's your point? I'll look at that under the loop. That T is, I'm pretty sure it's what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I'm pretty sure it's a die clash. I mean, it could be a strike through, but it looks like if like some other part of the coin. For some, I don't know. It just looks like something's through it. Like a different part of the coin went through it. Right there, you can see a little bit. I don't know how significant it is. I can't really tell. It looks like oh wow, it looks very specific. I can't tell. It's not an E. I mean, almost like a different type of a coin, but I don't see it anywhere else in the rest of the penny, which I probably would see if it was, huh. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on in this penny. I can't. It's not super duper clear. That's one of the issues with it. Okay, so I'm not going to keep it. I did want to show that I noticed that. Right. So what are you hoping to accomplish with your coin roll hunting? Oh, that's nice. It's a misaligned die plus the hub had a bad strike, or it could be some grease or something. It's pretty interesting. How about the other side? Anything? No. Now, there's the guy who just collects copper, right? That's bagged. It's funny that that's bagged, but that's not bagged from a right, because usually pennies don't get bagged. It looks with reeded edges, so that means this penny was in a bag with could be like a dime or something, or a quarter. But look at that. Looks like a reeded. Oh, or it could have been that they were together and they hit one at one shot. It's hard to tell. But either way, that looks like it's bagged to me. I'll look at it real quick to make sure it's not a strike through. Hard to tell. The problem is, oh wow, are those? The problem is, it's very difficult to tell what that is. I'm gonna keep this to put it under the microscope. I'm gonna put it in a flip because honestly, it looks like it could be letters. I'm gonna show you very. I'm gonna show you. It looks like it could be letters, but I can't see it clear enough, even with the loop. And if that's letters, that is Bazanka. What's this in the head? Is there something in the head? You see that, right? The shadow. Anyway, I'm gonna put that into a flip. I don't have to put it into a flip right now. I'll put it on a I put it on a card, and I'll put letters question mark. Okay, that's really interesting. When the microscope comes, we'll be able to look at stuff like that. So what do you want to accomplish, right? So that there's that guy who just, his main goal is really to look for copper. Okay, now that's what he does. So what I'm doing here, he has no interest whatsoever in how I coin bro hunt. This is like the furthest thing from from any of the, and I like his videos. I watch his videos, but this is the furthest thing from anything I've ever seen him do. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if I've ever seen him even take, 5 seconds to look at a coin. Like what I'm doing right here, what I do with every single coin, I don't think I've seen him do with any. He's looking for copper. And I think he also might look for key dates. So he's looking for from what I see, he's looking for very specific, obvious details that you can see with the naked eye from a distance. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. So that's one technique. That's one person's goals. Let me see. I looked at that. Let me see. It's a little bit. We just have to check. Not much. Not enough of a rotation. So that is this person's goal, right? To find copper. He knows and understands that copper is worth 2.58 cents for every copper penny. So imagine if every dollar of a certain type of dollar, right? Let's say the year 2008. If you found a year 2008 dollar bill, it was worth $3, right? Now, would that make people search every single one of their dollars to see if it was the 2008 dollar that's worth $3? Would that make people? I'm gonna weigh this one. 2.51. Is that going to make people, like I said? Well, it might make people just go through their dollar bills real quick to see. That's a beauty. So we found our first. This one goes past fine. This one is right to our almost uncirculated pile. Very good. We found one AU in today's penny so far. Not much copper at all. But the coppers we found were pretty good. We found those two 1982 Ds. That's awesome. Not much copper today at all. So he understands that for every 1,000 pennies, he really has, or for every $10 in pennies, he really has $25.80 worth of copper. So, and how about if copper goes to 5 cents per penny, right? Now, for every $10 in pennies, he really has $50 in copper. Now that's pretty significant in my opinion. What was that? Was that 92? No, it was 97. Hold on a second. I took down the image of the significant years to show the comment. now it's not there. Okay. Yeah, 97. We're looking for the double ear, and I didn't check. I didn't check for the double ear. It's a nice line there in the ear. You see the line there, right? Okay, but no big deal. What was the other one? 99. We're looking for the white AM. See, I didn't even check these because I was talking. I got distracted. So that is this person's goals, you know, and then if they want to throw in, oh, today I'm gonna look for 2016 pennies. You see it again? Maybe that's just being hit. It almost looks like doubling. I have to look at that under the loop. No, it's not. So okay, so that's that person's goal, right? And then the question is, well, you know, what's your goal, right? So I could talk about my goal, right? I have goals. It's a pretty dark penny. It's an 83. I'm gonna weigh this one. 256. It is a little on the heavier side, but not quite significantly heavy enough. It's not over a gram heavier. My goal is multi folded, leveled, layered. I separate copper from zinc. That's number one. And then I'm going to weigh this penny. 249. Oh, yeah. You could feel the rim on this. Definitely struck multiple times, at least twice. Could have been a special die or something like that. You could see those look at that detail in his head. Let me see. Can this be our thumbnail? How beautiful that is. Like almost like spaghetti or something, right? Like a bowl of spaghetti. All right. So again, I separate copper from zinc. That's number one. And then the copper I separate into three separate, well, really four separate condition levels, which is heavy circulated, fine circulated, almost uncirculated, and then the mint state pennies I put in flips. Okay, so that's the copper, right? Okay. Then I look for errors. Very quickly, right? There's certain errors, and I've learned about certain errors, right? That I don't. Well, I do need even on the ones that I know. If I think about, I still need reminders, like the double ear in the 97, the 98, 99, 2000 white AM, the 92. Is there only one close AM? 92 is a close AM, and the 92 close AM. Oh, here we go. We got another copper. I'm pretty sure this is copper. Copper, Philadelphia. Oh, let me see that. Huh. Well, it's that is rotated quite a bit more than usual. Oh yeah. So we got an 82. Let's weigh it. I'm pretty sure it's copper. Large date Philadelphia. Yep. 3.14. in almost uncirculated condition, could be close to mint state, and it has a rotated die. So, all right, so we're going to keep it as still as. Oh, yeah. You want to know the real way? I'm going to show you the real way to know if a penny is rotated. Once you've determined that you think it's rotated, right? There's a reason these are called flips, by the way. Now, is it the reason I'm telling you? That's a different story. Now, what you have to do is you have to make sure that that penny is as close to aligned as possible in the flip, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Let me get a piece of tape to close it after I close it, to seal it after I close it. Mm-mm. Okay, so that's pretty close. Come on, man. Sorry, I just want to show you this. Okay. It's interesting that's called a flip because that's what you want to do with the penny, to look for the rotation. All right, so here we got it in here. That's pretty close, right? Here, I'm going to zoom out. The penny is very close to being exactly on the axis, right? Following the flip. So the date and the liberty is parallel with the horizontal lines up and on the top and the bottom of the flip, right? So that's what you want. It's it's harder to get done than you think. So when you flip it, it should be the Lincoln Memorial should also be horizontal to the top and the bottom of the flip, and it is not. It is that is the so this is how much it's off. So you could tell on the flip, right? You're flipping it. You're flipping it. Flipped. See, my fingers are so dirty. I got the tape dirty. Not that that matters. So is this a significant rotation? I'm gonna say, right. So what degree is that off by, right? Probably not. It's probably only off about 6-7%. You really want? I think it's 15%. You want? It could be closer to 10%. Yeah, you want it to be like that, you know. But it is slightly rotated. I just thought I would notice that and show you how to check in a flip how to do that, and I'll make a little short video on that. So these are little things that you learn from practice and research, and from forums, and from communicating with other knowledgeable people, which I do with my subscribers and members here on the channel. So back to what I do, and that is, we already spoke about how I separate the copper and the zincs, and that fact that I look for errors. I look for errors, and I also look for significant. That's an error right there. I can tell you that right now. Well, that's not true. I have to look at it under the loop, but I'm pretty sure that's an error. Yep. That is a It's a die. I'm gonna say it's a die chip because what happened is, for some reason, there was something there and it pushed. It pushed it. You can see it pushed it over the top of the shield. It pushed it. So like I said, I'm pretty sure that's done. It could be a die. I'm gonna call that a die chip. I will put that Also, because it's so small, I could miss it. So I'll put die chip. It could be something else, but it's something along those lines of a die chip. Because it looks like it's a piece of metal that was kind of or pushed, um, which would be a strike through. Then, if there was something on top of the planchet that pushed the metal when it was struck over the edge of the shield. So either it's a die chip or it's a strike through. It looks more like a die chip, but that's that. So that's what I do. I look for errors. Like look in the bottom of this penny right here. What is that? What's going on down there? That's something I can't believe it went from one penny to the next. You see that on the bottom of the shirt, right? Let's look at that before I zoom in on it. So what that is probably is the other coins just causing damage. So that's why you see those little lines there. But it's post mint damage most likely. $19.98. So now that is a whole. All right, that's a doubling on the O. I see that right away. Let's see the other letters if there's any doubling. All right, let's flip it. 1995. So 1995p, we're looking for the doubling on the obverse, which this is, we found doubling. Oh, hold on a second. Let me look at that. So that is definitely like a rim or a hub error, which is on the top. Yes, which the top of the obverse is the bottom of the reverse. So you see that damage, whatever that is, that minting error, right? Because it's not supposed to look like that at the top of the rim, right? I don't know if that would be considered a double die or not. It could be, or that could be the what causes the double die, but we just don't see a really good double die on any of the In God We Trust. But when we turn it around, boom. So it probably caused whatever was going on there. Probably caused the with the O there. So there might be some doubling on this. I mean, obviously there's the O. I wish it was the whole O, like including the top part. All right, I'm gonna look at it under the loop just to make sure it's just not a like a reflection or just a deep punch. No, you can see it there. So it has the O, and it has the edge. The question is that significant enough? Is it worth $1? That's another story. This would probably be one that I put up for $1 to see if anybody wanted it on eBay. Just as an interesting. I mean, so it's a zinc cent, right? You don't find too many doubling or too much errors on zinc set on zincs. You don't find too many errors, period. But zincs have a higher quality control. That's an interesting hub line. If it would have just caused some doubling, it would have been great. But it does not. So that's what I do. See the L there? See, I look at things like this. Why is that? If I could see something going on with the L there, I'm going to look at that under the loop to see what's going on. Eh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I won't keep it. Too difficult to tell. Another copper. Not many coppers. You think they all fell to the bottom of the bag because they're heavier? So by the time we get to the end of the bag, that they're all going to be it's going to be like 60-70% copper. I'll move that one to the side too. So that's what I do. I look for errors and I try to increase my knowledge base mostly on penny errors. That is where I'm at in my journey with the, I'm going to put that with the other pennies too, just to make a short out of, on my journey of learning about US penny errors. So when someone says something to me now about an error, either I know what they're talking about, or I have the tools available at my fingertips to cross-reference what's being said to me very quickly, either to learn something new or to um, let them know what I'm seeing out there, and to create um, a more intellectual discussion. But someone cannot just tell me anymore, there's no such thing as pennies. And I'm going to go, okay, yeah, oh my God, everyone's been calling these pennies for my whole life. I didn't know there was no such thing as a penny. Like that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? This looks like, that's a beautiful 2007. Probably mint state. At least AU, that's for sure. I'm not going to I'll put it with the other ones. Why not? I wonder how much this weighs. I'm going to weigh it. 250. Yeah, no, I'm not going to put it with the other ones. The other ones are really, really nice. Nice. So I think that was a good example, and I'm making a little fun of the guy, or whoever it was. I think it was a guy. It could be a girl, but it was something about tools or whatever it said, mechanic person. Um, the person really believes that there's no such thing as pennies in the United States anymore, or that there never was a term called a penny. And what happened was, this is what I think happened with this person. I'm going to tell you right now. He got confused with the terminology of the UK. They have a different terminology there with what they call pennies and cents and all this. And if you start reading all that information together, it could get confusing. And the way they spell penny or something like that. I mean, and if you really get into it, which I'm not into UK cents. I don't deal with them. You know what I mean? It's UK cents, UK pennies, peenies, whatever the hell they call it. I'm not into all that. But I did notice that that it is a little bit complicated. It's different. It's just different, not complicated. Excuse me. It's different. I'm gonna put this with the UA pennies also. Maybe it's, I don't know. What do you think? See, this here, I have it as a UA, right? Almost uncirculated. You could tell the difference, right? I'm gonna put this as a fine penny. I don't want to put it into the almost uncirculated. It's close, but when they're close, I put it into the other category. So we have our 4 at the end that we're gonna look at now. We have some. I found a few interesting ones that I put towards the last. So I hope for anyone who is new that helped a little bit with why, what things to think about if you are a new coin roll hunter, a penny roll hunter, and it's to really know what you want. And if it's to collect copper, that's very simple, right? You do need a scale. You do need a scale for the 1982s. And if you're looking for errors, then you really have to take your time with searching through pennies or whatever the coin is, right? You need tools. You should have a loop. You have to wear your glasses if you need glasses, right? Like my cousin put these into his penny bag because he thought they were pennies because they're dark, right? And he couldn't tell the difference without his glasses, the difference between a nickel and a dime. So he gave us some free money. So let's look at this one. See what we got here. I can't see that. I will have to look at it under the loop. It's an interesting one, though. Interesting nickel. It is a 1979. And I think there's a little bit of something in nickels. I think there's a little bit of copper in them, maybe. Or is it just zinc and nickel? I don't know. Whatever it is, this one's a little bit red. Made me think of copper. But this one I don't see anything significant about it. 1994. I thought it was a copper penny. I was incorrect. He gave us a freebie dime, 2011. And we'll put this into the searched non-penny jar. And we've got 1 wheat cent. Yeah, boy. Nice. We got a wheatie. Let's see. What year do you think this is? By just looking at the back. Imagine if you could tell. I'm going to say it's a 1950s wheat cent. I think there's a little bit too much detail on this. It could be like a high, it could be a high 40, but I'm really going to say it's a 1950s. If it's a high 40, I'd be surprised. Holy smoke! Wow, Zers! Holy moly, man! A 1919. Wow, you talk about last coin mojo magic. Wow, man! I mean, the revert. I mean, you could see the little lines in the wheat. Wowzers! Oh man! So this is the other part. This was an excellent ending to this topic. You know what? All right. Thank you for coming. I do a bonus feature for those who want to stick around. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Oh, man. Can you believe that? I need my sip of coffee, man. So I got the pillow here. Want to see it? Yeah, I'm going to show you. I put the pillow there. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, my back was killing me, man. All these months and months and months and months and months. See, let's get the Lord in the frame. Okay. Have some cafe. A little agua. So, all right, let's finish addressing the wheat scent. 1919. I saw the wheat. It was very natural that, and it just happened to be that the penny was on its was showing the reverse. So I saw it in the group of pennies. I saw, oh, that's a wheat scent. Let me put it to the side. It'd be cool to look at the end. And it turns out to be a 1919. Ooh. And the condition's good. Good. I mean, I'm gonna say this is a very good condition scent. It's the reason I thought it was in the 50s. Very good. How much is it worth? If I just guessed, I'm going to say $2. You know, the big problem with eBay is, if it's worth $2, it costs $1.12 to ship, tax. You know what I mean? That's the big problem with eBay. So, but it does have nice condition, and someone might need it as a filler or something. Um, like I said, it's worth a couple bucks. That's pretty cool. But if you're new, and you have to figure out what fits your personality. I think that's a big part of coin roll hunting. I'm kind of like a research type of a person. um, I got 9 years of college. Not that that necessarily means anything, but it does mean I like to read and to study to a certain degree. And um, I'm glad I came across this hobby because it it fits well with my personality, with what I do. Now, for somebody who's um, wants to stack copper, right? You might go the other direction. Just know you're gonna be putting into circulation a lot of errors. So, and then you could separate wheat scents, right? It's very easy to separate a wheat scent, and who knows, maybe you'll even find I found the Indian head scent yesterday that was crazy, the first ever, maybe the last. Today we found a 1919, so that's also pretty easy to do, right? Like, so if you're gonna just look for copper, look for wheat scents, and then but then there's all these other valuable pennies, right? There's the 1982 D copper small date, and it took me months to learn the difference between the large and the small date. Um, for the 1982s, I'm saying there's other, so you can get yourself a penny pad, and to show some of the key varieties. You can write them down on the side. There's a lot of things you can do, but again, now you're talking about another dimension, something that takes time, a little bit of extra effort. So you have to know what it is you want to do. Me, I want to find everything I can. I'm looking for that. Um, I'm looking for pennies that really are worth over $5. That's really what I'm looking for. Or a group of pennies. So like the 1919, right? by itself, it might be only worth $2. But if I throw 5 or 10 wheat cents together, maybe they're worth $5 or $10, and then I could put that as a sale and maybe make $5. So that's what I'm thinking of, how, to where can I find value in the pennies that I'm searching? Okay. So hopefully that was interesting. It was interesting for me. We found some interesting stuff. Um, and now what I'll do is I do my abridged version, and I'll do the shorts on the, I think this was episode, I can't remember what I said in the beginning. This is episode 82, right? The last one we found the Indian head cent. This is episode 82, and it was pretty good of pockets change. And I think that's all I got. It was a pretty long one. And I'll see you in the next one.